I'm actually recording this today, which is the 1st of February, and I expect that I will be releasing it on this day too. So I've left it to the last minute as always. I've just been busy with like big elaborate role plays, which you've probably seen yesterday, the mesmerism video, which I'll link in the description if you haven't checked it out. So first things first, may I introduce you to our wonderful new microphone. It is the Blue Yeti Blackout, and I actually purchased this like at the weekend because I was really struggling to find a solution to recording at home, something really user-friendly and simple, because my Rode NT1As require a lot of hardware to make them work, and I was just getting so flustered with it all. And I saw that the Blue Yetis were obviously a really good choice for most ASMR artists in their home recording situations. So I took the plunge and got one. I didn't get the XLR version, I just got the regular Blue Yeti with the USB function, and I've got it on stereo mode because I was playing around with the settings, and this one seemed to be the best for me anyway. I need to do a little bit more testing, and if anybody out there who has one of these, please let me know what you think of the sound, because this is the first time I'm using it in a real life recording situation. And I did a couple of, I did a little test for patrons just to see how they thought about it, because after all, their patronage made me help me buy this microphone, so thank you to all of those out there who are patrons. It's thanks to you that I got this microphone. So anyway, enough rambling. I'm going to start with my favourite song today. Now, I won't play it because YouTube will demonetize this video, and it will be sad for me. So I'll just tell you what the song is, but I've got to remember what it is now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go onto YouTube and find it. So the song in question that I have really been loving this month is by an artist called Anuka, who is a Russian artist, and her song Zenit, I think it's Zenit, I really love. I also like her song Vidlik, which is really super techno, sort of sounding. And yeah, like I say, she's a Russian music artist. So what I'll do, because I can't play it, I will link it down in the description. My belly made a noise. So let me go on to... So that was my favourite song, short and sweet and over with, right? So now we move on to my favourite TV show. Now, I really wanted to include The Queen's Gambit today, but I haven't finished watching it, so that's going to be doing it, of course, but I need to get to the end. So instead, my favourite TV show of this month is actually Unsolved Mysteries, and it's a TV show on Netflix, which I believe is a remake, or not a remake, but an extra series of a TV show that was in the 80s, I believe. I think the original's on Amazon Prime, I think. So anyway, Unsolved Mysteries is a Netflix TV show that follows Unsolved Mysteries. It basically follows cases, crimes that have been committed, and nobody knows what happened. Nobody knows where these people have gone, and it's all very mysterious. So I watched season 1 and season 2, and I much preferred season 1 because there were so many episodes where I thought, oh my god, this is super creepy, and you kind of put yourself in that person's situation or the family situation. And I honestly was really freaked out and spooked out, and I was Googling it afterwards thinking, oh my god, what happened to these people? And I was so taken away by the case and by what these people were going through. Me and my family were watching it, and we were just shouting at the screen, being like armchair detectives. And we were just like, it was him. He's clearly guilty. He totally did it, and he's covering it up. And it was really good to kind of get involved in it. It swept you away. But season 2 was not so good for me. I felt like the cases weren't as interesting or as complicated as the first season. They were interesting, definitely, but I felt like they didn't grip my attention as much as the first season did. But overall, I thought it was a really cool TV show, and I think a bunch of cases have been solved because of the amount of people watching the program. And 7 degrees of separation or 9 degrees of separation, where someone knows someone knows someone knows someone, and they've managed to solve the case. So I really loved it, and I think at some point I'm going to go onto Amazon Prime and check out the original series back in the 80s. I think that would be really cool. Okay, so now we move on to my favourite ASMR artist for this month, and it is an artist that was actually recommended to me in my YouTube homepage. What? My YouTube homepage has been broken for the longest time. I think all I get recommended is stuff that's why do I even want to watch this? It's not anything I'm interested in. There's hardly any ASMR artists being recommended to me anymore, which is really sad. But this ASMR artist popped up, and it was I don't know what I was doing, but I clearly connected with the thumbnail clearly, and I was so happy that I did, because now I'm literally obsessed with her content, and I watch it every single day because it's just the perfect stuff to put on in the background, just listen to whilst you're doing other things. And I'll explain when I show you, but it's just context which I'm not familiar with. She's talking about things I have no idea about, and that really adds to my relaxation. So I'm going to show you my favourite ASMR artist. actually quite like this Land Rover advert. It's a bit pretentious, but alright, 2 more seconds. Okay. So this video is called Teaching You Physics. Let's go ahead and do that. So, finding theta. I'm going to redraw the triangle. Obviously this is not, maybe this would be more accurate like that. Yeah, okay, so I'm drawing it a little bit smaller. So those are the dimensions that we were given. We know that this is a right triangle, and that's theta, right? Okay, we're trying to find theta. So that is Destiny Whispers. Now, she has a bunch of different videos where she's writing on an iPad, and I was so amazed. It shows how old I am, but I didn't even know you could do so much on an iPad like that, like write and draw and move things and change your handwriting, and it was just so fascinating to watch, and it made me really want to get an iPad as well. But she also does other things with like books, crinkly pages, and her whispers are just fine. Like, I don't know what microphone she uses, but it just picks up her voice so beautifully, and I just love the way it sounds, and I can listen to her forever, and I do. So that is my favourite ASM artist. Now, my favourite thing is a whole bunch of items that I got sent for free by Village Wax Melts, and they are an independent company based here in the UK, and they're a small family-run business, and they emailed me and said, could we please send you some items to test out and see what you think. Maybe you can share them with your subscribers too. So I said, okay. I love cosmetics and things like that, so I'm not one to kind of pass up an opportunity like that, and I always like to try and help small businesses too, especially during like this crazy time we live in. So they sent me a candle, a wax melt, like burner with some little wax melt, cute little things, and they also sent me some bath bombs and it's like a sponge, like a exfoliating body sponge filled with soap that smells like Snow Fairy from Lush. So I was so overwhelmed and excited by this product in particular because Snow Fairy is one of my favourite scents from Lush, and they only bring it out at Christmas, so I was like so happy about this. Now, I actually used out all the products and I absolutely love them all. The bath bomb smells so beautiful but not overpowering at all. It's got just a lovely light scent, and it just makes my favourite thing because I love to do like body brushing and exfoliation on my body, but I always find it's a pain to do that and then like use like shower gel and then rinse it off, and then it's just quite annoying. But this is like 2-in-1, and it's big, like it's really quite difficult to hold, but once you kind of grip it like securely, then it's so easy to use, and it leaves your body feeling so exfoliated and smooth, and you just smell like Snow Fairy for the rest of the day, and I love, love, love it. Really do. And I believe it's like a sponge, a regular like body sponge, and like soap has been poured onto it and then like fused with the sponge, so it's like a never ending, well, I'm sure at one point it will end, but it's not like a sponge shaped soap, it's a soap filled sponge, if that makes any sense. And the wax burner, oh my god. Number one, how gorgeous is this? Like, it's so beautiful and just so zen. I love it. And wax melts are quite a new concept for me. I've never used a wax melt before, but I know a lot of people rave about them and like love, love, love them. So I was really surprised to find that I really love them too, because I normally use like aromatherapy oils in a burner, but I love the idea of a wax because it's like really satisfying to watch it melt, number one, and the scents are just so lovely too. Again, they're not overpowering and they don't like really get up your nose like most aromatherapy oils do. Like, in my opinion, they can be really strong, but these were just blended so lovely, and they go in these little lovely cute heart shapes too, which is just really cute. So that's my favourite thing for this month, and of course I'll link a description in the description where you can buy these products, of course. So now we move on to my favourite cosmetic, and it's by a company called the Inky List. Now, in my opinion, this brand is just like any other brand that's like doing really specific skincare, like tailored skincare. For instance, it's similar to that of The Ordinary in terms of like its packaging, its ethics, all of that sort of thing. But what I loved about the Inky List is that it actually helps you build a tailor-made skincare routine based on your answers on their website. So I ran out of my Sukin skincare, and to be honest, I wasn't really, I got to the end of like a couple of months using it, and I felt like it wasn't really doing much for me besides like cleansing my face and moisturizing it. But as I'm getting older, I feel like I need more like help in terms of my skincare, not help, but prevention products. So I did my little questionnaire online, which The Ordinary don't do. That's why I kind of was put off by The Ordinary skincare, because all of their products are so overwhelming. I had no idea what I need for my face. Like, I wouldn't even want to guess. So the Inky List just puts it all together for you based on your questions and your answers. So my skincare routine, it came out like this. And they give you a choice: an AM skincare routine and also a PM Christmas and my birthday, which are really close together, and I actually put it towards this. So even though it was actually, I'll read you out all the products that I got, and it came to about £100, which, in my opinion, isn't a lot, because you've got like at least 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You've got like 10 products here, and they actually threw in a bonus serum which I haven't used yet. I think it's called squalene. So actually I got like 11 products for £100, which these products are actually like really good quality stuff, so make of that what you will. So anyway, in the morning I start out with salicylic acid cleanser. Then after washing my face I move on to hyaluronic acid, then a collagen booster, then polyglutamic acid, caffeine eye cream, and then vitamin B, C and A moisturizer, and I do that every single morning. Now in the PM I don't always do this, but especially like today when I've got a little bit of makeup on, I will do this, but I don't do it every evening. So you start out with salicylic acid cleanser again, hyaluronic acid, then beta hydroxy acid, then collagen booster, retinol eye cream, then the vitamin B, C and E moisturizer, then rosehip oil. So it's a really, really complex like layering system that they use, but they have all details on their website about layering serums, because at first I thought, oh my god, there's like so much here to do, like is this really necessary? But honestly, I found my skin has been the best it has been in forever. So I have combination skin, my forehead gets really shiny, oily and like just it's horrible. You've probably seen it in my videos where I'm just like shine. You could probably see a reflection in my face. Now it's not necessarily oil, but it's more like glow. I have like really naturally glowy skin, and yes, alright, it is a good thing, but it's not when you're on camera with lights and everything else. So I found that within a week my skin just completely settled down. I have noticed my breakouts, which I get here, completely went and they haven't come back, and my little fine lines here have like almost disappeared, which I'm like, this is really weird, this has never happened before. And I found that my pores here, which are normally really big and pronounced and you can really see them, have actually started to shrink, and it's just weird, and I'm really impressed with it. I've also found that I don't need to really wear any makeup anymore, not that I do, but I've just put some BB cream on with some concealer under my eyes and obviously eye makeup and lips today, but in terms of skincare, foundation, I don't need to wear it. What else? Oh, I found like the texture of my skin, like the plumpness, is actually a lot better. I feel like my skin is a lot more like plumpy, if that's a word. So yeah, I'm really impressed. But obviously, if you're not looking to do like so much of this, then you can of course reduce down your skincare to like 2 or 3 products. I'm honestly sure that you could just use the cleanser, like the hyaluronic acid, and then the moisturizer, no problem. But me, I'm totally like black and white. I either do something to the fullest, like hardcore, or I don't do it at all. So I was like, yes, I'm going to buy everything and do everything let's not get me wrong. I don't even know now. I read a lot of books. And when I say a lot of books, I will read like a book a month or every 2 months, depending on the length. But over lockdown, it was like 2 books a month, and I got through a lot. Now, my birthday and Christmas, like I say, are close together. So I got a whole bunch of books. I just asked for books for Christmas and birthdays, and I'm looking at them now, and I'm like, oh, I really want to just start and read them all. But I read some good ones, and I read some not so good ones. But I want to start sharing with you the ones that I read, which were noteworthy and like recommended, or I would read again. And it is this one, which you may have seen on my Instagram, and it's by Michael Faber, and it's called The Book of Strange New Things. Now, Michael Faber is one of my favourite authors. He wrote Crimson Petal and the White. He wrote Under the Skin. And he also wrote, oh my goodness, I can't remember the other one. But there's a new book called D, which I'm looking at right now, which is on my to-do read list. But this book did not disappoint. I was hooked by it right from the word go. It just sweeps you along into its narrative and doesn't let you go. And I found myself reading this when I was eating breakfast, when I was making dinner, when I kind of popped downstairs to make a cup of tea. I was just like, I need to find out what happens. I need to find out. So I'll read you the blurb, and then I'll just tell you my thoughts about the storyline and what I thought it meant and stuff without ruining it. Okay, here we go. What could hold two people together even when they are worlds apart? Peter Lee is called on a journey of a lifetime on a highly unusual humanitarian mission into deep space, one that will take him light years from his beloved wife, Pia. As Peter pushes up against his own limits, word reaches him that Pia's world back home is falling apart. Faber's novel asks how love might survive such a distance. Now, what I really love about any book is, even though its nature is sci-fi, you can find a really human meaning to the storyline. And this is exactly what this book is all about. So Peter goes on a mission, a godly mission. He's like a preacher to a planet which is millions of light years away, and he is there to kind of convert the native population to Christianity. But the native population are really open to it, and they've requested Christianity to come to them. So it's Peter's mission to kind of teach these indigenous people the words of Christ and the teachings of God. The indigenous people are like, they remind me of like Jawas a little bit, but with funny faces. It's described so well in the book. They're just unlike humans, because they don't have like a mouth or eyes. They're just like, I think it's described them as pieces of chewing gum spat out, but with arms and legs. But they have this really, really like elaborate, well not elaborate, but simple but complicated ecosystem and culture. But anyway, Peter gets swept up in their lives, and he's really, really into it, and he's like living his best life. But Pia, meanwhile on Earth, it's obviously set way, way, way into the future. Pia is basically stuck in the middle of this post-apocalyptic nightmare where she's struggling to live and survive by herself, and she comes across all these challenges that she struggles to deal with now that Peter's millions of miles away. They can communicate with this like laser messages. So it's like basically if you think of long distance relationships, but your internet takes like a week to send one message. And that's what I really liked about it, because their relationship is really, really, really put to the test. They love each other so much, but it gets to a breaking point whereby Peter is like, well, what do? Do I go back home and try and save you and like help you, even though like my mission is to kind of spread the word of God, and I'm doing really well for myself here. So I really love that, and there's like really like strange characters at the place where he is living in the Oasis. I think it's called the Oasis. Because they call them the Oasins. And yeah, there's like a military-esque base where they live, but Peter decides to live actually within the Oasin like community, and he becomes like swept along by it. So really it's a very, very simple storyline. It's about a man who goes away and his wife misses him, but his wife is also in dire straits. But it's also, it looks into like, I guess, missionary work, and it doesn't put it in a negative light at all. I mean, I'm not a religious person, but I really, really enjoyed the Christianity side of it. It was very fascinating and interesting for me to learn more about it. But yeah, I thought it was really great. A great tale and quite heartbreaking, really. So that is Michael Faber, The Book of Strange New Things. So everybody, that brings us to the end of January's monthly favourites. I really hope that you have enjoyed this video. I hope that my microphone's worked. I've been looking over to my laptop to see if it's still going. This is a strange way of recording for me. Normally I use my Zoom H5 mixer. So, fingers crossed, it's worked. Again, your feedback it means so much to me, so please let me know what you think. And I've also uploaded a whole bunch of Patreon and YouTube channel member exclusive videos, so I'll link in the description where you can go and watch those. Now that I have this set up,